Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Pardon the D. I'm DJBluePDX here with my co-hosts, Avoidance and Virtual Alcoholism. Also, Lost Drake and Anna Tinkerbell are here. Fuck.
Yes. All the above.
All right, let's let's do number 2. Hello, everybody. I'm DJBluePDX, and welcome back to another episode of Pardon the Distraction, where we're somewhere between 18 plus and fuck it. I'm definitely right about here. Also, Lost Drake and Anna Tinkerbell are here.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Three, 2, 1.
Dick Barry!
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of Pardon the Distraction, live right here with the Lost Drake and Anti-Tinkerbell. It's fucking week, where we just recap everything that's gone on and we talk and shoot the shit because reasons.
Yes.
And
Indeed.
intro rolls. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
We're going there.
Dick Barry! Oh, okay. So
I am somewhere between 18 plus and fuck it today.
Yes.
I'm going to say we're right about here.
You guys are going to
Right
get a lot
about
of sassy DJ today. From
I
what we
kind
can
of,
tell.
Yes.
I kind of want that as a t-shirt, or I might just go ahead and get the avatar thing like tattooed on my head, and then you can use it as a gauge, and every day I'll just color it in with chalk. Or,
Yeah, and we can have like DEFCON like 4 or whatever, kind of mark it down to
Right.
what level we're dealing with, you know?
and we can, like, I'll get gauges, like, you should
Yeah.
really think about what you're posting on Twitter before I fucking come at you, kind of things. Like, that kind of dumb shit. Because, wow. People are going to get really pissed off about the things I say today, and I don't care.
Who cares? Let's go.
Ease
All
into
right.
it.
So, we've got, this is recap week?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't even know any fucking more. I don't
It
even
is-
know. Oh,
it is-
wait. Before we even get into that, I just want to say this real quick for everybody tuning in. I shifted the schedule.
Good.
We're going to start launching the episodes every Monday. It makes it easier for us to edit and record over the weekend. So that way it's a 1-week interval. So we basically record with our guest or ourselves, and then we post up later that afternoon about last week. So that way we're always a 1-week cycle. So that way you guys always get the content. And it makes it easier for me to be able to edit and spend time with the family and also stream and do all the other things. So every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, it's going to launch now instead of Thursdays. So you'll get to start off your week with a little bit of D.
There we go. A little bit of the
Nice.
D on Monday. Everybody likes the
Nice.
little D on the Monday.
Wow.
Joining us right now, we'd love to have as a recurring guest. I don't believe we are. Are we having you as a recurring guest?
Yeah.
I don't know, am I?
Yeah.
We
We don't
would
give a
like
shit.
to. We would,
Everybody loves you.
we haven't-
Typical woman with no choices. Yes, go on.
If you like, great. It's Anti-Tinkerbell, the brand new Strawberry Blonde. Technically, it's actually Strawberry Frost. I like it.
I
If it
don't,
makes
I
you
don't know
feel-
what. It's some kind of red. Rouge, if you will.
I dig it a lot. I think it looks
Do you
great.
like it?
Rosé.
Yeah. Rosé, well, more than rosé. Well, yeah. I like a bit of hooker red, you know? It's
Yes.
just, yeah.
Hooker red, yes.
I think it says something
Hooker
like
red.
Fire Engine Coca-Cola Red with a little sparkles and some hardcore death metal in there. Just like,
She's two
Raw.
A bit
fishnet
of
stockings
cocaine,
away.
I'll drive you
Wait.
wild.
here we go. I mean,
Sorry.
technically, should you be driving on cocaine? Are we
I don't
allowed
know.
to
Are we
say
even
that?
talking about cola? Are we talking
Yes,
about
cola.
cola?
Cola.
Cola.
Yes. Cola.
Cola.
Mm,
There we go.
yeah.
Jesus. So,
You know what?
Indeed, yeah.
Jesus.
That's
I
all
have
gotta
that. I
say,
have
right?
that effect.
Oh.
Go on, sure.
Well,
Go
we're off to a
on.
great start. Here we go.
Yeah, this is how our show goes. So,
I don't
we
think
had
my
a week
eyes are
off.
fully awake yet. I'm like
Yeah.
blinking.
Well,
weird.
we had a week off between people being murdered and dogs attacking. We've had we just needed time to kind of adjust and had to just kind of
Breathe.
with things.
I think it's going around. Yes.
Yeah. The world is getting into some interestingly ridiculous places. And then I know for me, I discovered, can I just start this and kick this off in a direction because it's going to be fun. I have
All right, here we go.
otherwise
Hold
I'll
on, let me
And
adjust
everybody-
let me
oh,
adjust
wait,
me ears. Hold on,
wait,
everyone,
wait,
everyone,
all right,
wait, hold on a
everybody
second.
sneak
Wait,
in.
hold on, wait. Okay, let me
Everybody
just
sneak in. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Everything is fine.
Okay.
So,
Breathe.
all right.
All right. Okay.
The other
Okay.
night I had a dream. I woke up after I'd gone to sleep. I got stoned, honestly, and I was because I've been doing that along with some significantly unique cocktails to go to sleep because I'm waking up in the middle of the night stressed out of my mind. So many things going on, so many products in the air, so many things, and that's now granted. Is this anybody else's fault? No, it's mine. Okay, my fault. Let me be going.
I feel like I need my
real clear.
glasses for this. You go.
My fault. Here we go. Now, right, she's put on the glasses because the therapist glasses. Hello.
I'll get my clipboard. No, keep talking. Keep going.
All right, so here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I had a dream that Madonna and I were stuck in a park. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Did you just say Madonna?
Yes, Madonna and I are stuck in a theme park. We couldn't figure out. First of all, we were introducing each other and being like, "Hi, I'm a huge fan of your music." And she's like, "And what do you do?" I play video games. She goes, "For a living?" I went, "Yes."
So tell me when
And
these
she
dreams
says-
start to occur first.
And she's like, "Well, that's neat." And then she proceeds to say, "Well, I believe we're here to test out the new rides." I was like, "That's right, we are." And so we're trying to figure out where the camera people are. We've got all the sound people there, the lights are there, but there's no person and no camera. And we're trying to figure out who we're supposed to be talking to about the rides. And then once the camera person gets there and we finally get something recorded, realize we're not really sure what rides we're talking about. And then we got to figure it out. Now, what we're seeing is we're wandering this giant complex of shit, roller coasters and water slides and shit, but we can't find an entrance to any of them. In fact, none of the people who are on the rides we could actually find to talk to and ask them about their experience, where they get out, we're walled off from. We're just like in this giant glass gerbil tube where we just can't seem to get the fuck out. And so now Madonna and I are panicking. We're trying to get and figure out what the fuck is going on. And I woke up at 3:30 in the morning. I know. First of all, I was super happy the Madonna's in my dream.
Wait. More importantly, what era of Donna are we talking about?
I was thinking like pointy boobs Madonna, and that was the ride.
I'm thinking Material Girl.
Actually,
possibly.
no. It's like, if I remember it correctly, this is oh God, it's Candy Madonna. Where she's saying the song. So we're like
1980s.
No. Initial mom Madonna's early 2000s, mid 2000s, early.
During that kind of era.
Like her Britney Spears, into being our age Madonna, right?
Got it.
Right. Yeah. I say our age, knowing Madonna's actually older than me. But she's still got she's still.
And I feel that kind of Donna. Right. Are you talking about Jamie?
That era of Madonna. So we're trying to figure it out, and she's she's constantly doing the thing with her eyes, looking right and left, and then we start
smiled because you can't have Madonna without the smile because you got to have the gap.
Right, except for then she started getting pissy, and then we started getting real Madonna, and I loved that Madonna much better because she's like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, I don't know. And she takes her heels off at one point. She's like, I am not walking around in fucking heels if we have to continue searching for a fucking entrance to this goddamn place. And we just start getting irritated. And then I woke up. It's like 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, all right, I'm going to lay here and be fine. I'll go back to sleep. I didn't go back to sleep. So you know what I did? I got on Twitter. Because I figured, fuck it, what's going on in the world? Hopefully that will just
for anybody. Don't get on Twitter at 3:30 in the morning.
This is the worst choice.
Because a rational person would be like, let's get on to Twitter. Of all places to go on social media
platforms, you go on Twitter.
I was thinking about, should I tag Madonna and tell her about the dream?
Violence.
I choose violence today. Like, I thought maybe I could tag Madonna, tell her about the dream. We bond over this in friendship. But then I realized, don't tag Madonna about this dream. It's absurd. Clearly, it's a spot of bad mustard. There we go. That's it.
Well, it was St. Patty's Day, so horseradish works. Ties in.
So I'm lying there scrolling through Twitter, and I'm watching as people
on today.
I'm watching as people are so busy bitching at other people about the things that make them that I started to laugh because I'm like, aren't you the same motherfuckers that bitch at everybody else about you not being allowed to be who you are, and then you're gonna tell everybody else how to fucking think? If you're telling me what gifts I can and cannot use on a motherfucking tweet, we gonna have ourselves a motherfucking problem.
Wait, pull the car over. Pull the car. Pull it over,
you gotta
okay?
Adjust.
I need to understand why, what exactly are people doing if they're controlling gifts? I need an example. Like, what is it someone says we're not allowed to do?
I watched as someone said. Now, granted, I think there is a balance to this in the equation of things, but I want to back this up as before I explain the whole thing by saying this. And I know this is going to sound oddly specific, and I agree with
this. I'll take it by the bum.
I think that those of us who are born between like 75 and say 89 have a very different perspective about the world because we didn't have social media.
Oh, no.
We grew up in heavily mixed communities a lot of time. You know,
I found out about the fax machine and it was going nuts.
Right. Like, that was cool shit. And what did? We played the fuck outside. We went and did shit on our own. We went and rode our bikes, our bicycles
on a pager.
To movies. We figured out how to send boobs on a calculator to each other and hand it across the room. You couldn't really text it because we didn't have texting back then. You learned to type on actual fucking typewriters. So
do you remember the ribbons?
Oh God. No, and then you're changing the ribbons and your fingers are just covered in shit if you're wearing white. Never wear white on typing day. Never wear white on typing day because yo shit's going to get fucked up.
People have no idea what you have
say that about other days
too. No fucking clue.
So you wear brown pants.
When I look at how things happen and the rest of us adjusting and adapting, people at our age, to social media and all the rest of these things, I find it ironic when you see people who are bitching and moaning about the shit that we fought for them to have the right to be, then yelling at us for being who we are. Here's the thing. If I'm older than you, and I'm older than you by a considerable amount, I don't actually give a fuck if you don't think I should be using specific GIFs. Here's why. Because if I use a GIF, it's because that character in that moment, in that show, personified exactly the emotion that I'm feeling in the moment. I don't give a crap if they are gay, straight, or otherwise. I don't give a crap if they are white, black, Jewish, otherwise. I don't care because it is an example of how I am feeling. And for you to take personal need to find offense, and I mean, you are hunting with a flashlight the size of a goddamn lighthouse to find reasons to be offended at this point, you need to get off social media, not me. I muted 170 people that night.
Damn. You know what I say to that?
I took the time to count it.
We're grown up, motherfucker.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
That's right.
And then, of course, I'm watching and looking at these conversations about things that people are having about being offended about this, being offended about that, why this means something and why this doesn't mean something. People who are bitching about J.K. Rowling, which don't get me wrong, J.K. Rowling's a fucking and I can't stand her.
The Harry Potter thing, man.
The Harry Potter game thing and all the other people involved in the dev, like, I'm watching these conversations happening.
They had an FAQ on the page, for God's sake, people.
And then I realized
for 2 years.
It's 7:30 in the morning. I'd been doing this for 4 hours.
Oh, no.
And I had to be on stream at 12 noon.
That's like me when I get stuck on TikTok. I just start scrolling and I get lost. But at least that's funny.
I get lost making a TikTok because I get so lost when I'm like...
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I usually have my phone laying next to my bed, right? So that I can see what time it is and my alarm will wake me up. Now I have a 20-foot cord. I plug that 20-foot cord in and I fucking chuck this bitch across the room. It hit the closet and actually broke a hanger. But
I broke a hanger.
At least it didn't break your phone.
Then I didn't hear my alarm go off and woke up this morning at 10:30. So I realized this plan doesn't work. But the upside is,
is that why I got that weird message? You're like,
yes,
I just woke up.
I woke up in a panic. Yeah. I'm like, holy fuck, it's 10:30.
I got that message.
And I'm digging through shit because my room's a disaster and crawling over the mountain of things and obstacles that I have between me and my closet. And I grabbed my phone, looked at it, was like 10:30. I'm like, oh fuck. I saw Tink message me. I've got messages from you. I've got messages from people. I'm like, oh fuck me running. Running down the stairs, realizing I'm not wearing clothes. The mailman's at the door. I'm standing there. My dogs haven't seen me naked in any recent amount of time. And so therefore they were like, wow, what is that? And stop, put your normal fur back on.
That's a weird nose.
So I'm running back up the stairs, trying to put clothes on, trying to get it all fucking together. And in the meantime, I've got to address the fact that, I just got offended by dumb shit. And do you know why I had a really great night's sleep? Do you know why? And here's the real fucking fear factor part of life. This is why we are somewhere between 18 plus and fuck it today, people. Because I fell asleep last night before I tossed the phone across the room. I go to sleep, put my bows on. I'm laying there in bed. I'm laying there on the side. I'm very comfy and I'm watching a show. And I'll watch a show and fall asleep to it. And then I'll take it and turn it off and put the phone down. Except for this time, I just chucked it that way. Literally, I didn't look where I was going. I watched Halloween. Well, first I watched Luke Evans in Dracula, which was good. It was decent. It wasn't bad. It was a decent version with the bats and he turns into the bats. So that was really cool. I liked that effect. That was great. And I love the fact that what's his fuck from Game of Thrones is in there.
DJ, can I just say this real quick? Can you
real
take
quick.
a drink of water?
In a second, I gotta tell you what happened.
You're making me thirsty with how fast you're talking.
I know. I've been like, I'm out.
I
haven't.
was
let's
drinking
go have
for
another.
you.
I watched the beginning of Halloween Kills.
The new one?
The
Is that the new one?
new one that just came out on HBO Max.
I can't keep up on these things. Keep going.
And I fell asleep and
Oh,
had a
shit.
full night's sleep in a town I've never been in.
Oh, for God's sake, a dream.
Organizing and orchestrating how we're going to be avoiding Michael Myers. And basically, I had to realize I was inside Friday the 13th, the game. And we were manically making hilarious fun of the idiot who was being the killer, who was going to be Michael Myers. And he's coming around with this. Or no, that's Jason. Never mind. Friday the 13th is Jason. Doesn't matter. We're still in Friday the 13th, the game, except for it was Michael Myers and not Jason. Michael Myers walking around with his knife in his slow walk motion because you know that motherfucker doesn't sprint. Notice how the motherfucker catches up to everybody, but he never goddamn sprints. Anyways, and the whole time we're hiding in places and running in places and trying to set things up, watching him smash through doors and grading it. Like, that's a level 9 smash. That's a 10 smash. That was really shitty, but that door was well built. Take note, people. And that was the whole dream.
Inverted, Shatner upset you? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm just saying that I've had now 1.5 cups of coffee and I might want to slow down.
That all together.
How's your
that
day?
He had too much coffee.
How's your day?
Jesus Christ, you make it look like I don't even have ADHD. Like,
Yeah, you just literally
You just-
trumped us.
This is my
You
brain
did
right
it.
now. My brain is in constant go mode and I'm trying
This
to
is
figure
your
out how to shut
brain
it down.
at
You need to
drugs.
take a big caffeine shit. Is what
Sadly,
you need
this
to
is
do.
my
Get
brain
that out of your
not
body.
not on drugs. That's the weird part. Except for I will say I've had to start. I'm cutting down on the drinking.
Oh yeah.
I've just decided that I need to.
Oh yeah.
Just
because
play video
if the-
games and eat sugar and get a
Well-
pot belly. That's what I did.
Well, because like the only fashion thing I have
Don't
right
listen
now,
to him.
because
Yeah.
right. Listen, clearly, because the only fashion thing that I have right now is that I can put 2 big googly eyes above my belly button as a nose, and then draw or use a really tight belt for a minute and just leave the red line there as the smile. And then I just pull my shirt up and let people take pictures. This is DJ's belly now. This is what he looks like. Goodbye, abs. You're gone. You know, it's that realization that in my lifestyle, you've got, hey, if you're gay and under 40,
Here comes
You
Tink.
get-
I'm waiting for it. Tink is waiting.
if you're gay and you're under 40,
Got the hand out.
Fascinating
you are,
information.
you,
Got
are
the hand
the,
out.
you are the 3 bears. You are, that one's too big, that one's too small, that one's got too much hair. Whereas when you're over 40, it's basically just gotten to the point where, fuck it, I'm just going to fuck the porridge. It's a lot easier to deal with.
Jesus Christ, that roller coaster.
That was a
Holy
lot.
shit.
That was a lot.
That was a lot. That was loads. That
And
was
I did this
deep.
I did this in what? 20 minutes. Okay, my section of the
so
show is
the
done.
next segment
Your
of our
fucking
podcast
turn.
is going to be called Curds and Whey. What the
We're going to
fuck
call this
just
podcast
happened?
TJ Has a Mental Fucking Breakdown. Christ on a cracker.
Welcome to Pardon the D, everyone.
Hi.
Jesus Christ.
Hi.
So hi, how are y'all? I had to get that off my chest and
yeah.
get it out there.
Yeah. I don't know. You know.
You're like a lot. You're stressed. It's understandable. It's okay to vent. There's no harm in it here. No fucking, no judgment over here, pal. No judgment over here.
None.
Sure, when I stress, everybody knows. Okay?
This is our,
You're
this is
okay.
our, like our conversations on the phone anyway. I don't even know what you're
Right.
saying. Like you called me
Yeah.
up and it's
Yeah.
like this anyway. So
Yeah.
it's nothing new for me. I mean, maybe for
I-
the audience listening, but everybody else.
I leave-
This is
I leave
this is
Drake-
normal.
Yeah,
I leave Drake musical voicemails.
it is true. I do have
I
quite a
leave
few of
threatening
those.
compliments to Hildish all the time. It's like, you know what? You're fucking amazing. Remember this. I send her threatening voicemails like that all the time.
I
What
love
was
Bill.
I
the
can't do
town that
anything
you
about
called
it.
me from? Wait, no. By the way, Tink, he called me one time, and had some weird Virginian accent and called me and said he was from somewhere. Where was that town you were from? Do you remember what it was? You said something.
Ethiopiaville.
It was Pakistan.
No, it wasn't that. It was like some backwoods, like I don't even know, man. You were like on one, and you were like
something with woods and cabins and lots of.
You were like had this weird southern drawl, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
You got to get that southern drawl in there and just say
I just need you to call me back because I need you to do this for me. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? I wake up, and that's the first thing. And what's even more funny is on my phone, it does the thing where it'll send you the text message of what the voicemail is, but it never gets it right.
Those are always wrong.
It's like,
my accent will never survive.
From Ragnarok. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, what?
Think, why did you send me a message about choking little toddlers in a tiny pool of mud? I was just saying, all I want to know is what time we'll be starting the podcast. I don't understand.
I hate Mickey Mouse and he smells like donkey piss. What?
Thank you.
What?
I was looking up something, I think it was around the January 6th situation, but I was looking up Fox News because obviously I want to hear their opinion because they're just full of shite, right? My 2 cents, if anyone out there gets offended, you're just as a pussy as anyone else. Anyway.
Thank you.
So.
True.
Anyway, as I went to Siri and I went, click, and I go, Fox News, and it said, fuck it, snooze. And I took a picture of it. I was like, motherfuckers, never get it right. I said, it literally wrote out, fuck it, snooze.
It's because she who is not named, because if you say her name in any format, whether it's on Apple or Amazon,
you say it in the mirror 3 times if you're behind you.
Yeah, 3 times and you disappear from existence.
Right.
But if even when you like order stuff like on Amazon or anything and you accidentally do it, like orders you like
Alexa
the most,
is the Candyman of.
You would like to order 57 pounds of trash bags liners.
You would like to order a whole trash bag of KY jelly. Shipping is no, get up. No.
Giraffes are not currently available on Amazon Prime. What? That's
Yeah,
a carrot, not a giraffe.
How many
a
stripes
carrot,
does a
wine
jackass have? Only one in his ass.
And the weird thing is even worse with Google Assist, right? We had it hooked up for our bedroom to turn off the lights.
Yeah.
And he has a program to Swedish and English, right? I have Irish English, he has it US English and Swedish, right?
Right.
So if I say, turn off the lights, she'll just, she'll turn off a light, not all the lights, right? Yeah. She never listens to anything. But he goes, turn off the lights, and she'll respond all in Swedish. Like, stäng ner lampan. What the fuck are you doing? We didn't even say anything about lamps. We said lights. Turn off the lights. She's like, stäng ner lampan. I'm like,
I just want to know who. I really want to know the person that had to sit there and actually record all those. Like, I want to actually know the person.
It takes months.
Oh, they've been doing that for years,
if not longer.
I had to look into this research because I was doing something about accessibility.
Of course
I did. Of course I did. Accessibility, because obviously I know a lot of people who are gamers who are actually, differently abled, right? So I was looking into this research, especially when someone starts to lose their voice, right, and how they communicate. And I think it was Microsoft or someone started looking into actually recording how the voice is being recorded. So they'll record full dictations, but as this person was losing their matter speaking, I think it was through some, God forbid, some kind of disease. But they wanted to keep all the inflections so they can give definition to the sound. So it'll be able to recreate the whole speech if they're missing some words. So it's actually, the technology is getting really, really
nice
going forward. This was a couple of years ago now, mind you, lads. So
yeah,
you never know.
Crazier now, yeah.
Yeah.
But we still can't turn on all of our lamps.
I'm still having fights with, I have... Siri calls me Yahura as well.
You should have saw Nay the other day. So we had a friend come over and he's like 6'7", and he's actually been on this podcast like a long time ago. But his name is Circus on Twitch, whatever. I'll give him a little bit of a shout out. But he came over to our house. He walked in, and we always call him Fox News because everything that comes out of his mouth is fucking wrong. So, so anyway, so he came into our house.
All right, Tucker, calm down.
So he fucking comes into our living room. He comes into our living room, and all the lights break. They all desync. But we have vaulted ceilings. They're 14-foot vaulted ceilings. So you have to get an actual, like, tall ladder to get up to them to take them out.
Oh, no.
So Nay literally, like, lost her mind. And this is similar what happened. Like, we were trying to get all the lights to sync. Well, she got 3 of them working, and then one turns green. And we're like,
For no reason.
Now in our living room, she gave up. She gave up on it.
There's like
now
one
she
green
got
light in
so
the-
mad. I'm not joking. She goes, fuck this shit. I'm done. I don't even care. So we have 1 green light, 3 slow strobing red lights, and 4 white lights, and then one of the white lights flashes every now and again. So our house is like a weird like ecstasy party all the time. So I like just turned them off. She's like, no, don't do that, because I guess when you turn it off and turn it back on, it resets them.
Oh yeah.
So now they're all fucked up. And so now, yeah, so Circus, if you're watching this, fuck you. Stop fee-fi-fo-fumming in our fucking house. You fucked up everything. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He giving off some bad Wi-Fi juju.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what I told
we call him our 5-year-old giant because he has a palate of a 5-year-old. All he eats is like chicken tenders and mac and cheese, and that's it. And
Oh, he's one of those ears.
And he's
Jesus.
one of those people that burns his steak. Like, deep
Ah.
charred. Like,
He
not
reminds me
even
of my
a steak
brother.
anymore. It's like a puck. And
Oh.
so, and when we went to PAX West, because he went to PAX West with us, we're sitting down at, we went to it wasn't a nice restaurant, it was Yard House, but whatever. We went to Yard House, we sat down.
Foreigner, doesn't matter to me, food's food, but anyway.
Yeah, anyway, so we go there, we go to Yard House, we sit down, we're all ordering steak and everything else. He's like, yeah, I'll get pink lemonade.
Excuse me.
That's all he drinks. Pink lemonade or strawberry lemonade. And we're sitting at the bar, by the way. He orders a strawberry lemonade, and he goes, I'll get a steak extra done with ketchup.
Oh, God, no.
And
no.
ever since, I have been making fun of him. He used to come into my taco shop and get tacos with nothing but meat
I mean,
and a tortilla.
What?
Yep.
Oh, that's weird. He's one of these finicky ears.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I
Oh,
can't.
yeah.
I can't.
Oh, yeah.
I can't. I can't. That's
Yeah,
a deal breaker
every
in the
single
relationship.
person is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I
That's
don't
a deal
understand.
breaker.
And what's
Deal
even
breaker in
worse,
the relationship.
he's a physical education teacher, so he teaches youth to be like this. So
I had somebody in the Griffball community who was religious about the fact that they would only eat. Sometimes it would be like chicken strips or nuggets.
yeah.
French fries and ketchup, and that's pretty much all they survived on.
Their diet. Oh, no.
That was it.
Yep.
And
No.
the ketchup thing, I at one point I had to literally tell them, hey, you realize ketchup is not intended as a soup,
It's just sugar.
Right.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Well, it's tomatoes.
It's tomato blood.
That is not even
Not even close to the fucking situation,
Like,
buddy.
no.
Like, it's dyed red. You know what I mean? It's
Like,
tomatoes.
Like,
tomatoes
you know
don't come
you
out
can
with that
actually buy it in the
thickness.
store called tomato blood now.
Yeah.
That's what we buy all the time. We just buy
it's-
tomato
it's-
blood.
It's just, I can't. Like, I just.
But you know what I had? You know what I had this weekend though for food? I was actually really impressed. I
Was it
actually showed Nate how to make it. We actually had pastrami and corned beef, but she actually made it. So basically, we had like sliders. We had pastrami and corned beef sliders, obviously. But I love sauerkraut. I love sauerkraut. She hates it. She can't stand it. I love sauerkraut. But I got sauerkraut and I got horseradish mustard.
Well, sauerkraut's good for you.
Oh my god, it was so fucking good. I was eating them on stream, and everybody's like, "Dude, what are you eating?" Because it looks, because there's the joke with roast beef.
It looks sloppy as fucking
yeah,
shite,
so-
probably.
So I'm eating it, and it's like the fucking loose meat just hanging out of my mouth while I'm eating. Everybody was like,
Oh,
"Ew, that
God.
looks so gross," especially on a green screen, because the green
Oh.
screen sometimes it picks up like weird
Oh,
colors.
I was gonna say
yeah.
something that was gonna be really,
Yeah,
really
I know
dirty
where
there.
you're going with that.
I was
You need
like,
to simmer
yeah,
down, ma'am.
that's
You
like
need to
that's
simmer
like
the fuck
that's
down.
like a really sloppy
This
drunk
is why
man
we can't
eating
take
out
Irish
a
people
really
anywhere.
dirty prostitute. There, I said it.
Mm.
And forgetting to pay.
It's more like this. No, too much, not enough. I don't know. Slow clap.
Wow.
Wow, that happened. That won't be edited out, by the way, DJ.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Everything is awesome.
Oh, guys,
So,
You know what I say to that?
I see you. There you go. We're gonna get a DMCA on this so hard.
No,
I
and
love
you know
this
what?
video.
It's funny. The last time I did that, as long as it's under 15 seconds, it's a sample. It's right.
Under a few seconds, you won't get noticed. Like,
Yep.
see, you can't do shit.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what
Perfect.
that was. I think
Mute.
I think Tink
It's
was
Jurassic
summoning the
Park.
sun. I don't know what's happening there, but it was very entertaining.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I'm glad we're not talking about Halo today, just because.
Oh, God.
But I will say this. In 2 days, the Halo television show comes out. It is the last final bastion of hope for things that can go right.
I actually have something to tell you on that.
Like for the community, or
No, I mean,
I
just
actually
for,
have something to tell
right
you. I
now,
have some news on that, by the way.
not the franchise.
Okay.
So I have a friend
yeah.
who's already seen it, the first episode.
Oh yeah, ditto.
And,
I've been told. I've told all of them. I don't want to hear about it.
I didn't get any spoilers, but I did get that even though it does not follow the canon storyline, it is fantastic.
Okay.
Well, and from the latest trailer,
And
what I can tell you,
talked about the Tahoe. Why it's there.
having read the books, I know about the books, and I've read like almost all of the books except for the last, I think, 4. I'm a little behind, but from what I can tell, it's happening during the insurrection. Anybody who's not familiar with some of just to go into being my little nerdism.
the lore. Sorry,
Yeah,
go
here we
on.
go. So the original reason why the Spartans were created had nothing to do with an alien invasion. Like the Covenant hadn't even made themselves present yet. It was because there was an insurrection occurring between the belt, like those in the outlands of belts. So they sent these different research missions out, right? And they established colonies on planets that were able to produce food there and be able to harvest minerals and the necessities to help save Earth, right? And put Earth back together and keep things going. And they were responsible. You want military protection from the UNSC. You've got to give your wares back. You're under government control. And they were like, no, we want planetary, autonomy.
Yeah.
We want autonomy over our own people. We want a seat at the table. We want to be in control. And so ONI, the Office of Naval Intelligence, they said, all right, we're going to make this super special, because they would go in and the guerrilla war tactics from the insurrectionists were kicking the UNSC's ass for a minute. And finally, they were we're not stepping down to terrorism. They were considering it domestic terrorism, so to speak. And so they created the Spartans. And then in the midst of the Spartans getting their shit going to begin with and taking care of the insurrectionists, that's when the Covenant made their first appearance, and shit went sideways, and the Spartan program got shifted as like, all right, we're going from protecting Earth's mighty resources to protecting all of humanity, because holy fuck.
So what you're saying is Ukraine is going to have the Spartan soldier program, and they're going to kick the shit out of everybody.
I mean,
That should happen.
I feel like that is a stretch, but I'm also a fan of several Ukrainian gymnasts who would be really good at this job.
Look, I'm just,
But yeah, no. So I'm excited that's coming out on the 23rd. I will be sure talking about that next week. So, I'll be catching up on that show.
Sure, we're gonna
and
hear
Moon
all
Knight.
the emotional
Moon
term.
Knight!
Oh, Moon Knight! Moon Knight!
Moon Knight's
Sorry.
coming.
I can't
Yeah,
wait.
no.
Which, by the
Sorry.
way, Spider-Man came out
Emotional.
on digital too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
FYI, in case anyone
I've
hasn't seen it.
watched it, like,
Can we all
46
talk
times.
about it now? For God's sake, can we all talk about it?
Yeah.
Can we just say?
Well,
Can we just say?
Spoilers first. It is a spoiler round.
No,
This show's
no,
been
they
spoiled.
had
No, they get a 2-week
4
grace
months.
period. If you're a
All
true
right.
Marvel fan, you get 2 weeks. Fuck off.
All right,
Fuck
there
off,
you go.
right?
All right, so
I
yeah.
don't care
All
if
right,
there's a
sorry,
pandemic. You make it work.
Call
Go
the
for it,
cops to
Tink.
know me.
Go for it, Tink.
I
Let's
don't
go.
care if on your 19th strain of COVID, you fucking see Marvel movies if you're a Marvel fan.
Jesus.
Fucking, I don't care if you're on
Easy.
fucking Voltron strain. You fucking get your ass in there,
Voltron
join up with all
strain.
5 of your fucking friends, and
Once
create
you-
a super virus.
once
Go
you
in there
get
and infect
5
the whole
strains.
goddamn Coliseum. And you
Jesus
watch
Christ.
Fucking no way.
It's
home.
out on DVD and digital, so
Yeah.
you don't have to do that,
Yeah.
okay?
Or-
Can we just...
Look, Doctor Strange that ass. I want you to go like this and fucking make portals with the COVID. Just get your ass in there.
I just
there,
want to tell you how I
shake.
like
I
Andrew
don't give a fuck,
Garfield.
man.
I don't
I'm
even
saying,
understand
like, look,
what
I don't even care. fucking care anymore. Look, at this point, COVID is a joke. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on with it anymore. CDC doesn't know what's going on. The whole world is open, closed, open, closed.
But,
it's open more than 7-Eleven in a fucking downtown part of LA. Nobody fucking knows what the fuck is going on with COVID anymore. Nobody even knows if it's real or make believe or real or people
oh, it's
died
definitely
or
real.
alive.
People are dying from it.
No,
but,
I know. I
Man,
I've had a bunch of friends die from it, but you know, hey,
but
look, you got to joke about it.
So Tink wants to talk about somebody who is one of my favorite Spider-Men. Like Tom Holland is obviously pimp shit, but you want to talk about Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. Oh my god, he did such a fucking tremendous job in this fucking movie. I was so happy that everything got redeemed.
Yeah.
I was so happy. Absolutely no one could touch me because I didn't care that I had tears. Because everybody.
We were all in tears.
Man, woman, and child.
And
Tears.
Say the scene, because I don't want to take away your thunder. Say the scene, because I know what you're talking about. Because I think
2 scenes.
Well,
there's two scenes to it. Okay, so in the Andrew Garfield one, we lose his love interest, which is Gwen. Right?
Yeah.
He tried to jump down to save her, and instead he shot down a fucking web to grab her, and of course, whiplash, wasted, right? Not
this close.
Broke her back.
Broke her neck and her head, everything gone, right? Snippity snoop.
How hard did you bawl at that when you first saw? When I saw that in the theater, I flipped out.
I felt robbed.
Knowing that he and Emma Stone at the time were engaged or dating.
They were items somehow. I don't know.
They were together. They fell in love on the first movie, and then they made the second movie. And of course, it's Emma Stone. I love Emma Stone. Everything about Emma Stone is amazing.
She's from Arizona, by the way.
And she comes down, and I remember watching as I was like, oh, he's gonna get her, and then she snaps, and you see her head hit the concrete, and I mean, I came out of my seat with a no.
Well, comic book accurate, she breaks her back.
I realized everybody in the theater did the same thing.
She's gone. She's dead, right? He fucked up. He done did it there. Dead, right?
And
didn't keep the promise, and that's what happens, right?
Never wanted to kick the shit out of Jamie Foxx so bad in my life.
And he loses his shit in that scene so well. Like, he just broke down. Yeah,
it was rough. That was a rough moment in comic book movies for sure. That was definitely. I actually loved the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I loved him. Even when the old stuff, when everybody was bashing him, I'm like, why? He's fucking great.
No, the second one was a bit long-winded and didn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Just fucking like. Because he was all like talking about his dad and shit like that and what happened to his dad and his research. And then it kind of takes like a back burner while he's trying to live fucking. Oh, I'm missing fucking Gwen, fucking pictures. Look at his dad's replay, fucks it back in. It was all that shit. It didn't make any. It was basically 2 movies. Basically 2 movies. Or 3 movies.
It should have been 3. It should have been 3 movies, to be fair. That could have been done in 3 segments. The scene, and I'll let you talk about it. The scene on the Statue of Liberty.
No Way Home.
No way home, guys. There was no way home, right? But it was quite remarkable as soon as all the 3 Peter started working together. But that moment where Tom Holland's about to grab fucking Zendaya, even though her name is MJ in this for context, right? About to grab MJ, she's falling. He gets hit by the fucking glider, swooped away, right? And there was his moment, Andrew Garfield. You must have relived this 1,000 times. Like, I was just thinking about like how he was just talking about the story as he was in the lab, talking about the story as how he lost his Gwen, all this shit, right?
His MJ.
And it was just his MJ, his Gwen, and it just all came to that moment. It was like, no, and he threw himself. He must have went through this thousands of times, guys. Like, he went through it thousands. Like, it was the love of his life thousands of times. And he threw himself down. And as soon as he caught her, and everything was fine. Yeah. Just standing there. And it was like, but are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm not okay. Right? No, everything is okay now. Yeah.
I remember looking over in the movie theater, too, and looking at Nay. And she was just bawling.
Oh, it was so good. It was just, it hit it there.
Yeah. We went to a late night showing, and so we had a very sparse number of people in the theater. And
so lucky. I knew you went to kill kids every time I go. I'm gonna kill. Fucking gonna kill. How are they allowed after 8 o'clock at night?
Thank you.
On a fucking Tuesday, right?
Look, you know what?
But, like,
You're gonna
it
get me
was-
on a whole tangent on that. Tink, I'm not gonna lie. I got a story to tell you. Remind me.
we
after
had
this.
we had some college guys behind us, two couples on dates, a bunch of college guys behind us down here, a family down in front, and then we had some sparse random other people, and that was it. That was the only people in the theater. It was really like, so we had a very limited group of people, so it was very nice. We're all sitting apart from each other, very safe, whatever.
Nice.
And
You have a mask on in the cinema?
well, I mean, if it's ass to elbows people, I'm keeping my mask. I don't give a fuck.
As soon as we do the whole call, like back then, we don't do it now. As soon as we have the checks, you don't need your mask on.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there next to Kevin, and of course,
Kevin! Sorry.
when that whole thing happens, I leaned forward because I was like, "Oh God," and realized that I'm watching as all the people around us did the exact same thing. Like,
Yeah, everyone did it. I was sitting there, hood up, right? I was in this position, hood up, because everything was getting too real for me. And then the mom was like, "No!" I was like, "Whoop!"
yeah.
I mean, honestly, there was four major points in that movie, and one of the hardest parts of that movie is when Peter, Tom Holland's Peter was sitting on the rooftop, and then he meets the two other Spider-Mans for the first time, and they go through with great power comes great responsibility, and that's right after Aunt May died. And so that scene with Aunt May, even last night, I watched it again last night, and it's still like Uncle Ben.
I haven't
never
rewatched
made
it
me
yet.
cry. Never made me cry. I was just like, "Oh, old codger, you shouldn't have fucking died, dumbass. Whatever, get the fuck out of the way." But
Melissa Tomei, man.
Yeah, but this is like Aunt May.
Yeah.
Tomei.
Marissa
Tomei. Yeah.
Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
Did such a great job with that role.
She was the best Aunt May. And a lot of people were pissed about it because she wasn't old and blah blah blah. And I'm like,
now,
dude,
Sally Field did a great job as Aunt May as well, but Marissa Tomei owned it in a whole new direction.
New direction, and it needed something like that.
Community based. She was more of the actual Aunt May that was in the comic books, the ones that actually helped the community and opened up the community center, and it was more accurate.
Yeah.
But just in general had a better connection with Tom Holland than any other Spider-Man Peter Parker combo. And the fact that she knew was also a big factor in that she knew that Peter Parker was, Spider-Man and blah blah blah. It just like that moment, but that moment on the roof where they all look at each other and they go, "With great power comes great responsibility." I don't know why. Still that line. Still to this day, even especially hearing it from Stan Lee, because one of my biggest TikTok videos ever was actually a recording of Stan Lee talking about basically just the diversity and what he was trying to accomplish in comic books, and Stan Lee, and I don't know if you guys ever got the opportunity to ever meet Stan Lee in real life.
I saw him from a distance once at a Comic-Con. That was it.
He was an amazing person. He was, there's a lot of people that go out there and, after somebody dies, everybody tries to dig up dirt for some reason. I don't know why. They're doing it with Betty White now and Bob Saget. Bob Saget was an asshole, but he was fucking funny as shit. But just in general, all these people, they always try to dig up dirt and whatever, but people were trying to bash on that too. And I'm just like, you know what? Let it be. These people are already gone and passed away. Just move on. You know what I mean? They left their legacy, and we need to move on and move forward in a positive direction. But Spider-Man in general, Stan Lee always, in his last appearance in Into the Spider-Verse, when it was the comic version of him, that was his last appearance in any Marvel show before he passed away. And, now there's rumors that Ryan Reynolds is going to take over that mantle, which I hope so. Deadpool will be in every single movie going forward, which I hope so, because that would be kind
of nice.
It would be cool because it would be right. it would be a homage. It would be a homage not only to Stan Lee, but also at the same time, it also brings in that comedic, because he's fourth wall breaking anyway. So hopefully as time comes, like we're about ready to have our mind fucking blown. I hope Moon Knight is fantastic, but it's not going to be the one that's going to make or break us. I don't think. It's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be good, and I think people.
I think the Doctor Strange movie is going to come out. That is going to blow our socks off.
It's going to be the new Iron Man for this phase. It is going to be the breaking point. It's going to be better than No Way Home. It's going to be better than all of it, because you know why? Because it is going to bring everything in the MCU together. It's going to bring Sony's universe. It's going to bring MCU's universe. It's going to bring the Fox universe. It's bringing everything into one place in a cohesive manner, and I am so excited to be able.
Just
and I don't
ready
know if
for
you
it.
guys saw too. Yesterday, they got a screenshot of Tom Cruise on set for the reshoots with long ass hair in a green screen suit. So now everybody's like definitely sure he's going to be, and they may do it just to throw people off.
I'm hearing the insider information that he's not going to be in it.
Well,
and I know
too.
already. I already know about the source leaks of the whole plot of the movie and all this shit.
Yeah, there's
Spoiled it for
there's
myself.
like three different like actual scripts that have been passed out. 3 different ones. All 3 are different. And they did that to confuse people.
Yeah.
Well, they confused me.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is I hope Scarlet Witch goes ape shit and fucking kills everybody, and that's how we get the X-Men.
Okay.
I really want
violence.
I really want the X-Men to be jumping in there, but also So to jump back onto the Spider-Man thing for just one more second, I think for me what was really interesting and I thought was a beautiful caveat was the situation with when Andrew Garfield first steps on, right? Steps through the portal.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, let's go. And she's like, you're not Spider-Man. I am Spider-Man.
Prove it.
Yeah, prove it. What do you mean prove it?
He jumps
He's
up and touches the
hanging.
ceiling. Yeah,
and
he's just
the
hanging.
I
grandmother's
think
over
this
here.
is
All 3 of us did it at the exact same time. We all
We're
lifted our arm up.
he's
We were all like,
all right, fine. Can you all see where the spider web? Sure, yeah. Oh, God.
She's throwing the rolls at him. That was the best part.
Yeah.
She just kept throwing the rolls.
Which was improv at first. They just kept it in. She was like just throwing shit. But when it was the return of, and in my opinion, and I will stand by this analysis, this is my opinion only, but I thought that Tobey Maguire was an incredible Peter Parker. I
hated him as Spider-Man.
I didn't like him as Spider-Man. I thought Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man. Didn't really love him as Peter Parker, but I loved him as Spider-Man. And of course, Tom Holland brings the merger of both of these characters. It adds a whole different nuance to it in such a unique way. But when we got to see the Andrew Garfield there with MJ and Ned, and MJ, and of course, Ned's like, holy shit, I've got the wizard's ring, and I guess I am real magic, motherfuckers. Let's go. And we're going to find Spider-Man. Seeing Tobey Maguire, who has aged well, come through that portal, but he's not dressed as Spider-Man. He is dressed as Peter Parker because he wanted to leave the spider side. He had to just walk away from it. And seeing the distinctively unique afterthoughts following the last movies they made, but that progression of where would your character have gone if this was the consistent thing and where it had gone, where would you be going? Knowing that, they've each got their own damage. They've each got their own struggles, their own recollection, their own recognition of what they represented to their New York cities, but also their limit of this is the amount of pain that I can stand, and this emotionally, personally, the amount of loss I can withstand, and at what point I have to say, I can't do this anymore. And watching them come back from that because of Tom Holland's Spider-Man was such a great example of writing.
Yeah.
And direction. As soon as I saw them walk in the room, I was just like, oh, seeing Doc
It was
Ock,
the most cohesive
OG Doc
movie
Ock.
they've done. Yeah.
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 They pulled out
they did it the
everything they
best way
could
they
for
could
it.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
All
is,
spoilers and bullshit aside, like when they showed like those teasers and you could see like the lizard getting kicked in the face, but there was no.
Oh yeah.
And they fucked up, and all the promotional pieces started going out, and everybody's like, "Oh, definitely confirmed that all 3 are there." And like, but that buildup though, is exactly what's happening with Doctor Strange. The closer it's getting, more and more pieces, new teasers, and stuff are coming out. So now people are starting to get excited, especially with Chavez coming in. Chavez is going to be a huge part. But one thing, this is the only thing, and I actually want your guys' opinion on this because, you know, we didn't even talk about this in when we were talking to James or Cup, but
They're going to be pissed that we had this conversation.
yeah, it's all right. Fuck them. That's what they get.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
But when Tom Hardy's sitting at the bar and he's like, "What do you mean you have Avengers?" and wait, and he's like, and he doesn't understand.
You have a
all
man
the-
that flies around in a tin suit.
Yeah, you have a rich guy flying around. Like, he was so confused by it, and the fact that his universe didn't have any of that, and even like Tobey Maguire said, "You're part of the Avengers. That's great. What is that?" Like, he was so confused too.
Right.
That the
That's
Avengers
so
didn't exist in either one of their universes. It was basically Spider-Man. He was the only superhero. Like, it was kind of like a weird, like they left it there in the MCU, which is great. But the part that I'm still kind of torn on, and this is one part that I still don't fully grasp,
Okay.
is Doctor Strange cast a spell. And they changed it 6 times because he kept saying, "Hey, I don't want Aunt May to forget me, and I don't want MJ to forget me, and I want Ned to forget me, and what about everybody else?" And they kept changing the spell, and then it broke, and then he contained it, right? And in that specific line, he goes, everybody on Earth will forget you. He was very specific. He said Earth. He didn't say the universe. He said Earth. So everybody, like Captain Marvel and the Guardians and all those people that were not on Earth that left,
they all still
they're
know.
all going to remember him.
Yep.
Nick Fury's going to remember him.
And,
then
but this is the part that doesn't make any sense to me, right?
Go on.
So they brought Tom Hardy in to bring in the symbiotes into the MCU, which is great, and I'm glad they did that.
Yeah.
That part, though, made no sense to me, though.
Why?
I can answer this.
No, now here's the reason why I say this. He was there for Peter Parker. Like, Venom saw him, licked the screen. Venom, the symbiotes can see through all multiverses. Because
they have a hive mind.
Because they're a hive mind no matter where they're at, no matter what universe. So that's the part that actually makes sense. But the part is that didn't make sense is like he teleported. He didn't have a piece broken off from him. He didn't have, like, he didn't get hurt. He wasn't bleeding, nothing. He basically just, all of a sudden, there was just a piece of symbiote just sitting there. Now, I don't know if it was like, oh, man, I really want to go see Peter, so, like, that's why I separated, whatever. But are they going to take this turn? Because in his universe, Carnage is dead.
No, it wouldn't be a case of a Carnage. It would be a different.
Absorbed, but
it would be another offspring symbiote of Venom, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't necessarily be Carnage, but Carnage would be.
And they'll have all the other versions of Venom. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's supposed to do something with the DNA composition. I have no idea, right? But anyway, anytime he has any kind of offspring, it'll be called something else to do with whoever else is infected in that universe.
Yeah.
As far as I know. But the only reason why it exists is because he's a fucking symbiote. Because he would
they're going to bring
exist.
Black Suit and Spider-Man back.
No, I definitely don't think so.
I have an answer.
Or maybe they would, but twist the situation. I don't know.
I have an answer for the new for the new symbiote. Because the new symbiote was there and it needs another person to survive, it's going to infect a really cute bartender, and it's going to be so you've got Venom, and then you've got Drunkard.
No, you got Venom, you got vodka.
There you go.
They just changed the names completely.
It's like, what's your name?
Vodka.
Yeah.
Well, vodka would be the most sinister. It'd be the new Carnage because, you know, it comes from Russia.
Right.
But whatever.
No, there
Vodka comes from Russia.
Jesus.
There's Irish vodka too.
I know. So there's American too.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really count.
So basically what we're saying is if you have somehow missed fucking seeing Spider-Man, now you know
You're
some
a
things.
jackass.
Get your ass in gear. It's on the interwebs. Find it, buy it, watch it, rent it, whatever.
Let's be real.
It's
If you have
logic.
not seen it by now, you are a jackass.
And you can't go in and be like, you spoil on me. And be like, listen, because you're sheltered doesn't mean you have to take your shit out on me. Okay?
Thank you.
Pull your
I
hand
had
off
to
your
do it in
dingus for 5
lockdown.
fucking seconds and go to the movie
I
theater.
had to do it in lockdown, people, okay?
Yep.
Bitches had to fucking persevere, okay? You'll survive.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was say so. Other than that, so now we've gotten the Spider-Man fandom out because let's be fair, there's so much to talk about that film. We love it. So we got Moon Knight coming down. Normally we do a whole comic book, TV show, movie section with a couple robots and Kick-Ass Jammers, but you both seem to you're both excited. I see that you're both super excited about Moon Knight. Let's talk a little bit about what you've heard and what you're excited to see and where you're hoping that they take this series in the MCU.
I think it's gonna go. First and foremost, we're definitely going to see fucking Blade in this situation, even if it's a little of him, because it only makes sense. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Black Knight's there. He's already in London. Blade already had a word on him. He's in London. And the fact that we have Mark or whoever the fucking personality we're going to be fucking dealing with is in London as well for Moon Knight. Okay. There's going to be some kind of supernatural fucking kind of entity getting steeped in to get us all ready for something more. That's what I'm going to think is happening.
Do you think that Morbius is going to be tied into this?
Yes, possibly.
Maybe. I don't
know.
You know what? Like I would love to see that. I would love to see that, but I don't think so. I think Sony is going to keep kind of a leash on a lot of their.
They're going to keep it to the they're going to go parallel.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
They're going to float together, but I don't think they're going to have like crossovers like that. I think the only time we're going to get crossovers is in a Sony movie. You know,
it's like a fence with the bars in between, and you're driving fast. You drive fast enough, you can see a little bit what's going on, but you don't have the whole picture. But I think that's what they could go for. You know what I mean? Because they're awful. They're awful for that. Even with Marvel being the associate to a Sony movie, they have little drips and drabs of their own flavor.
Do you think Moon Knight is going to lead into Doctor Strange?
Ooh, no, that's an excellent question.
You think it's going to? I think it's going to. You don't think there's going to be any continuation into the movie?
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to start diving into the multiverse because it hasn't really hinted too much into that. It's still going to the supernatural side of it. I think it's going to go down the road of like maybe introduce Ghost Rider at some point. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm talking about like the supernatural side of Marvel. This is what we're going to go for.
Which Ghost Rider do you want?
Oh man, if I could have Nicolas Cage back in a heartbeat, man, in a heartbeat. Why wouldn't it? Fuck you, I was.
Shut your mouth.
Let's ride. Yeah, that's all I want. Fuck you, man.
King Cole agree with you on a lot of things. No.
Fuck you, man. I gotta have Nick Cage.
You don't know. Look, but I am excited about that new Nicolas Cage movie. I am excited about that new Nicolas Cage movie. Looks great.
Oh yeah,
where he plays as himself. That looks fantastic.
The tremendous weight of talent, or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, that looks really good.
One movie I want to see is called Everything Everywhere All at Once.
What'd you call
with
me?
Michelle Yeoh and Everything Everywhere at Once. All at Once. It's called.
That would be a symbiote.
She's a sex move, but anyway.
All right, so
like a bowling ball.
So you don't think it's going to lead into Doctor Strange at all? You don't think there's going to be any? You don't think there's going to be any hints at it? You think they're going to talk about it? You don't think there's because it is very supernatural. It is very supernatural. It's going to involve Egyptian lore.
Maybe something to do with a little bit of Scarlet Witch. Maybe some kind of feature to do whatever the fuck is going sideways in the movie. My feature in there because that would only make sense like to do with for example like Nightmare. Like something to do with Nightmare. I'm thinking something to do with Nightmare.
Well, here's the reason why I think this is the reason why I think it might have a part of it. Is because I think bringing in characters from other dimensions could be the tie-in, like you said, with Scarlet Witch, but I think that could also be part of what happened with Peter. When the multiverse started splitting, other characters started coming through, even if they weren't there for Peter, they came through, and that's how this whole Moon Knight thing kind of like triggered. Like basically his multiple personalities start coming through and his identity disorder starts happening, and we get, depending on how many they introduce into this, it could lead into that like all his different personalities are maybe strung from the multiverse into one human being, and it's
maybe
like seven different versions of Moon Knight from 7 different dimensions in one human being, and they're all trying to battle different villains and different.
Or
I don't know. That's way left field. Yeah,
it could be a really bad trip.
I mean, it could be.
He's just really high on mushrooms.
But in the comic books, he was on drugs a lot.
Exactly.
He was on drugs a lot.
Yeah,
Because he was
this is
trying to
definitely
wash
going to be
it
an
away.
this is not going to be a child ready show.
Have they given a rating
Oh yeah,
on it yet?
definitely.
Is it rated R?
I don't know. I
believe
imagine
it's TVMA from what I understand.
It is. So I mean,
It's
that's
not.
perfect timing considering Disney Plus just launched their new
Yep.
parental thing.
Well,
oh
And
yeah,
here's-
they're mature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
well,
great.
and-
Which all the Daredevil. I was watching Daredevil last night when I was falling asleep.
Yeah,
and
Daredevil
the fact that
got
they
put up
didn't
on
dub
that.
it down at all, and you can go on
Yeah.
and watch Punisher and everything else. And one thing I love that they did too, when you watch it now it just says Marvel, and they got rid of the Netflix stuff completely, and it literally just says Marvel
Hilarious.
right when you load in. And I'm like, wow, they just wiped.
they
the
just-
Go
slate
ahead, that
clean.
shade.
Thanks for all the work.
That fucking
Netflix.
shade.
Fuck off.
Right. Right.
Well, Nate,
Well,
Nate's
just
friend
carry on
from
to
high
reading.
school
Go fuck
worked
yourself.
on those movies.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. She would always give me updates, and she'd be like, "Hey, like my friend works there," and I'm like, "What?" And I don't know
now-
what he did. I have no idea what he did. I don't even know his name, and I wouldn't say it anyway because I like to keep my secrets.
I bet there is no guy, and you just want to sound cool.
Yeah, well, that too. I'm definitely cool. I like to be cool.
Like me, please, like me.
Well, how are we feeling about that? I feel like this episode's been a goodie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
let me tell you one more piece of gossip.
Oh yes,
Uh-oh.
please do.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Bitches got skates. We got hot
I was
skates.
just looking at rollerblades
Nice.
yesterday. I was just
I
looking at
Literally got
rollerblades.
inland.
I
Yeah,
miss
himself
my
bottle.
rollerblades. I have
His
them.
bottle.
I just can't wear them.
So, like, what happened was over the last 4 years, like, we're gonna have to get inlines every year. So we're gonna have to get inlines. And then eventually he was like, you know what, we're getting inlines. I was like, okay, cool. And I was thinking to myself, fuck, I haven't skated in like fucking at least 15 years, right? Do I still have the confidence for this? So he goes out first, he comes back, he's fucking exhausted. Like, he overexerted himself, right? He thinks he's still fucking 15, right? He exerted himself, bless him. So I'm sitting there I'm having an existential crisis internally and on my body, because I'm like, I broke my ankles twice. Why did I think this is a good idea?
I broke
Like,
my wrist.
I can't.
how am I gonna do this?
With all my fake gear on the left leg, I can't. I'm not allowed to skate, rollerblade, or snowboard or ski ever again.
Right, so I was like, fuck it, right? So I have the ball, I'm gonna strap in. There's no like back break, I know how to T break. I haven't done that in fucking years. I'm like, oh my god, how am I gonna remember to do all of this?
Right.
Took me 2 days to get back into it, going backwards now. All this shit.
Oh, nice.
Fucking yes.
Nice.
But himself, he was skating, right? Started skating around his corner, and I was like, you need to slow down and pace yourself, man. Like, he starts, like, doing all this shit like he's 15. He tries to jump a fucking curb, right? He fucking goes into a fucking angle, right? Like this, right? His whole body's going forward. The rest of his legs are here, okay? Towards the wall, and then manages to lift himself up at the last minute. And he's like, I was like, this is like, I don't even know what's going to be worse. Skating with him or skating with me 10-year-olds. Like, I have no idea. Like, the sheer, like, just like, and you're already like, we're going to the
Excitement
skate
into it.
park. It's like, go to the skate park. It's like, cool, bring the helmet or whatever, just in case I want to try any jumps or anything like that. It's like, will I bring my knee pads? I won't bring my knee pads. I won't bring my knee pads. I was like, okay. And every time I fell slow and I fell on my arse just to make sure I didn't break anything.
Right.
He comes back because he's wearing black, and like all the front of him is just white from the concrete. I was like, what happened? Because I tried to do a jump and I smashed my knee. I was like, we're only doing this 2 days. 2 days! 3 hours in actual fucking game time. 2 days.
Oh my god.
And honest to fucking God, I fell on my arse hard and I felt like I broke me whole. Literally, because I have no fat in my body. I have like pure fucking whiplash into my neck. Just went whoop. Like,
Jesus.
just sitting on me, I just banged my arse like.
I'm gonna make sure I record that noise that you just made, and I'm gonna make it a button.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
need you to
that.
send that to me when you're done making that.
Done
There you
deal.
go.
Got it.
You hear it.
There you go. Perfect.
You hear
And then
it.
every time you come in the stream, I'm just gonna.
Then there's the sick noise. Then there's the sick noise, which is. There you
It's
go.
a little more guttural. You
That
gotta.
ma- that
It's a
made
little
me
more
poop a little
space
bit.
down
Yeah,
here.
little bit of bubble, then you.
Yeah. It's that
Literally,
that tingling.
everybody who
it's
has
that
a gag
weird,
reflex just threw up.
that massive
Yes.
saliva buildup that happens. That thing, yeah.
Can you-
You did it the first time, but it's yep. It's
Yeah,
that-
you
it-
can't do.
that tingle thing right there that you get right before you're gonna vomit, and you're like, okay, this is happening, and I have 10, 9, 8.
Yeah, and you know what
7.
it is? It's the build up of the saliva that really throws you off because you're trying to have this debate, especially when you're drinking, right? And you're like, oh, fuck, I don't want to get sick, should I get a drink of water? No, it might be a fucking gamble, you know? Like, and then next thing you know, your gums are like, I'm just going to start sweating saliva because you have no choice but to start spitting, and that will initiate everything. Like, no, please, I don't want to talk to God on the big porcelain telephone, please. I don't want to talk to God on the big fucking white porcelain telephone.
Right? It took me this long to get this guy's attention, and now I'm just gonna vomit all over the front of him. This is gonna be the worst. This is gonna be the first last date.
When you're trying to keep your sexy, and then you
right?
you vomit, you come up,
and you do this.
mascara running down, snot.
I got it. I got it.
How is sweetheart?
You want to make
We're
out
fine.
now? You want to make out now?
Security's on their way. This guy's wearing solid Louis Vuitton, and it's just like, well, there's $13,000 you're not getting back.
Here's my card. You can find me on 23andMe.
The most absurdly random
Just like
show
my
today.
Tinder, I swiped right.
Oh my god. Once again, today's show is brought to you by the number 18, the sign plus, and fuck it. God damn
For
it.
free, because there's no charge for that.
Free.
Right. You're welcome.
For free.
You're welcome, listeners. You're welcome. There you go. Oh, all right. So, Tink, where can the world find you, and when are you going to be on and around next?
Sure, you find me on the internet, you know, working the fucking corners of Twitch. You know, it's a hard life. Pleading for the pennies, you know? Trying to make yourself a name for yourself. Trying to be the next fucking pokey, whatever her fucking face is. But if you're really desperate, just Google me and send me a message. I'll soon answer it anyway. But that's how you find me. But how you really find me is really looking within. Taking a bit of silence. Taking 10 seconds. And just breathing. And just knowing that I don't give a fuck. No, I love you. But you can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Twitch.
Oh, Drake, where can the world find you, and where can the world find
How am I supposed to
Pardon the
fucking
D?
follow that? She was like literally raptor clawing her face.
I can do that.
I don't even know what's
You can-
happening anymore.
You can find Lost Drake.
Yeah.
You can find him on, at any dive bar
I
at
don't
the
know if
very
you
end
can.
of
I'm
it.
always lost.
Flying into his
if you
drink.
can't find me now at this point, I'm fucked.
Where you're wrong.
I'm fucked.
There
I'm in
you
a
go.
cavern
Yeah.
somewhere. You gotta find me.
There you go.
In a bush.
I'm not
possibly.
even gonna go to socials anymore. Just
Yeah,
look at one
there
of
you
these
go.
things that pop up.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got all the links. We got all the links down
One
below.
of these things.
On behalf of Tinkerbell and the Lost Drake, I'm DJBluePDX. Thank you for joining us for Pardon the D. You can find us at pardonthedistraction.com or Pardon the D on all the social medias, and we'll see you next time live right here on Drip Drop Diet, also known as Pardon the Distraction. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Oh.
What?
What?